and 10 a.m. 2 cars. What else do we know? And you know this is 287 miles apart. They passed each other at 1:30 p.m. Here, this 1:30 p.m. If the rate of faster car exceeds the rate of slower car, this is faster by 6. Miles per hour. Find the rate faster car. So this is supposed to find. Look if you don't miss anything. What is better to use military time? It's the same like 1330. After that, you can create a matrix slower and faster. 2 attributes. This x plus 6. Now, what is supposed to put? It's for rates, right? Time. What do you know about time? 1330 minus 10, 330, or 3.5 hours, or 3.5 hours. And this, they said 6 more. No, time is the same. They start at the same time and they meet the method at the same time. But rate is faster. Distance equals rate times time, and 3.5x. 3.5x plus 6. What actually we have? Why this picture is so helpful? Because this is actually 3.5x. And this distance I just illustrate 3.5x plus 6. According to addition postulate, if you take this plus this distance, you get this distance, right? And you can write just a few minutes. I switch my marker somehow. Probably this one. So 3, and this total you can write 287. And you can see that if I add these two together, I'll get this one. It follows from the picture. So 3.5x plus 3.5 times x plus 6 equals 287. And we have 3.5x plus 3.5x. 18 plus 3, it I believe supposed to be 21, right? In this case. equals 287. Combine like terms, and minus 21. You have 7x's, this plus this. Cancel out. This 266, right? You have. Divide by 7 both parts. And you get 38. But the question about this guy, 38 plus 6, 44 mph. To understand up to this point, 100% of everything. Who has questions? So all of them pretty much using the same approach. Okay. Pretty much the same approach. Number, if you have any question, ask me. Next is number 2. Number 2. If 50 miles in 8 hours. Before noon. So let's make a picture. This A, B, and before noon. Let's say this is noon. And before noon, we know his rate was 50 mph. Next, he got time. And this arrow would be smaller. We name it a vector. We said 40 mph. And they said total time 8 hours. And they said this total distance is 350 miles. Total distance. Before noon. At what time did he leave? This time. We have to find. So, since we have everything, we have 2 objects, before noon, 2 attributes, before noon and afternoon. Rate mph. Time, hours, and distance in miles. In rate, what we have? In addition, we have total. Total is 8 hours. And we have 50 and 40 respectively. And this is x. This is 8 minus x. So far so good. Questions? If you have questions. This always product of this two. Okay, what we have here. And if you see from this picture like we did before, this segment plus this segment give you 350. You can make like this also, these lines, like this, to make it perfect. And you can write 50x plus 40 times 8 minus x equal to 350. This you think. After just mechanics. Understand this 100% from this. Without what? Let me see, I don't see this. Let me read your question. No, it's not a good idea. You can, if when I solve it, I not necessarily use this way. It's straightforward, but me answering your question, you don't know what they do. Sometimes they have few intervals, and this is the best way to win. It's not graph or motion, because this graph you use everywhere. This is a universal approach to solve majority of word problems. If you solve different way, it is not good because you don't develop algorithm which help you to win. If you see, very difficult to study different methods for different questions. How many different methods you use? For instance, quadratic equation, they spend in your beautiful school like few months. From my point of view, if you see general approach, you don't spend so much time. Most important is the method. Mia, did I answer your question? This is the best, because after that, we have some questions in circular motion on real test, when people riding around the circular lake, let's say, how you solve without this stuff. Or you have questions about investment problems. So behind the scene, I use the same method over and over again. It helps if you're confident with this, you solve any problems. If not, you have to think about every problem from scratch. And you're not ready to go from scratch for 1 minute 30 seconds. I don't know. Did I answer your question? So most important is this method. Okay. Because if let's see that, let me try this one. I have seen many different. I had classes for American teachers many years. I taught them for they have a test, I believe. We had classes for lawyers and for American teachers. And test name very similar. One test is LSAT, another LSAT. Lawyers. And my observation is they use trial and errors. Should be classes. Not good. They don't know how to solve. Be smart. The best is have a method. My suggestion, watch this presentation which I send you, believe manager sent. Because the level of education goes down and down. If you have this approach, you win. Okay, where is it? I return to this question. Okay, who need help? Put the hands down. Who need help to solve this equation? If you hands down, down, everybody. Ariel, Emma, Gabriel, Ariel. Who need help to solve this equation? If you find s, x, wherever you have x, how? Open parentheses, distributive, like terms, you have x. What is noon? It's 12 p.m. You have to subtract this time and you go to beginning. That's it. If you need help, I can go through in very details, but we have questions for all of them I need time for new topic as well. Let me put this way, if somebody has struggled with this equation, let me know. If not, we can cover more. Many students ask number 3 some reason. Well, they have a number 3. What is good of this exercise, they consider different situation main of this test. Okay. Number 3. What we have number 3? Plane. And 3 p.m. And this is left JFK. And this LA. Not good idea to travel to LA right now. And rate is 600 mph. And 3:30 p.m. later, right? Another plane with 650. Make this vector bigger. At what time? This, I don't know, probably we did this question. I don't remember with you. Let's say point A. It covered this way, and this covered this way. And they overtake this in some particular point. And write down here plane 1 and plane 2. Plane 2. Rate mph, time hours, distance miles. 600, 650. Time for this is x, and this 30 minutes later, x minus 1/2, or x minus 0.5. So far, so good? Somebody writing question. Understand up to this point? Okay. 600x, 650 times x minus 1/2. And you know this and this are the same. You can see this clearly from this picture. Don't forget what they ask you about. They ask you to find at what time. So when you find x, how to find x? You can write that 600, whatever, 650 times x minus 1/2 equal to 600. Open parentheses, find x, and after that, since starting 3 p.m. plug this time, you find this time. That's it. Who needs help with this equation? Put the hands down, everybody. Yes, I will give chance everybody go to bathroom in a few minutes. But
Dr. Farber, is it equal to 600x? I just want to make sure I.
Yeah, 600x.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. More questions, students? No questions. Okay, somebody asked to go to bed. Let me give everybody a chance because I don't want to hear you be in different pace. Let's use 3 minutes break, go to the bathroom, come back, raise your hand, and we continue. Okay, let's do this way. Because some of you losing too soon ask to go to bathroom, go to bathroom. I will solve you. Go to bathroom, come back, I solve it. Ariel, Gabriel, Isabella, Matvey. You here? Ariel? Okay, let's do it together. You will join this group. So, how to solve this? Distributive. 650x minus 650 over 2, which is 325. Let me make it faster. Minus 600x minus 600x plus 325 plus 325. 50x cancel, cancel, equals 325. 50 goes in 306 times, divided by 60, by 50, sorry. You got 6 and 25 over 50. 6, 25 over 50, which is 6 and 1 over 2. Or 6 hours, 30 minutes. What is it? If time plane A, but since it started at 3, I will continue here. 3 p.m. plus 6 hours, 30 minutes. You have 9 hours. 9 p.m. 9:30 p.m. So one way they go different ways toward each other. Another one catching another one. Another you have distance specifically. Who understand up to this point? Who understand everything, right? Good. What is beauty of this? I give example how it works. You know, this test you have 90 minutes, right? For 57 questions. Let's say some student who joined this some students are solving this test instead of 90 minutes for 37 minutes. And during this 37 minutes, they triple check. Guga getting perfect score for this. Everything is proven. I'm not just trying to do this. I try for I have tried in my career all different ways. For instance, I remember all mathematical society of the world, all of them, even Chinese, Edinburgh, wherever you have, right? Whatever they publish, book, Singapore, they give me for reference to, and I see how they solve it. So based on this experience, I give you the best to win. Okay, not necessarily everybody do exactly the same way, no, but this leading to the target, always. I give the best. Okay, good. This was number. Let me go through this entire exercise since you have any question. Number 4. If you have any question, ask me. You can Google how many books named how to solve word problem in school. Tons of books. All of them different. Number 4. Jeff left home at 10 a.m. And let me go with this one. Jeff, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. 4 months from. and you go to country, you return the same road to MPH type. And he arrived back 4 p.m. How many miles? You have to find this distance. Again, how they name it? Going to country, right? To the country. And returned. Two attributes. Rate, time, distance. Not bad if you put unit of measurement, because sometimes they confuse you with different units. This is 4. This is 2. Time. In addition, you can easily find what is 4 p.m. It's the same like 16 minus 10. And you got 6 hours, right, for this one. So far, so good. 6 hours total. So total is 6. If this x is 6 minus x. And this always product of this. 4x is 2 times 6x. And you know, back and forth is the same. The same. The same distance. And you can write 4x, or this is 12x, right? So far, so good. Do you have something else for this? I'm going to look if I don't miss anything. 6 minus x. 4x, 2 times 6 minus x. 4x equals 12 minus 2x. Plus 2x and plus 2x. 6x equals to 12. Divide by 6 gross parts. Equals 12. What is 2 hours? 2 hours. What is distance? What is this one? If this is 2, distance equals 4 times 2, which is 8 miles. Okay, let's go to find distance. Okay. Now let me read the question. What they ask you, right? Distance. Any questions? Understand up to this point? Okay, only graph. I don't accept anything without graph, because graph is key for all these word problems. But you know expression, one picture for 1,000 words, right? People made the experiment. I believe everybody used train, right? Who used train, subway? Raise your hand. Not everybody? Put your hands down. Who has never used subway in your life? But you know that people who use subway, they're using a map, right? Map is not big like this format paper. You open and you go to this. And without map, it would be difficult if you go to some place, right? To JFK, for instance. And people make a program, and decided to create a reference book. In this reference book, you make input initial subway station and destination. And based on this, not necessary, you can use a book. And in this book, you can easily find your initial station, for instance, Kings Highway, and some, I don't know, Prospect Park, right, with this, or wherever you have. But this will be 4-volume books like this. Big 4-volume books. Why? I don't know how many stations. Who knows how many approximately stations do we have in New York? So a lot of stations. You know, number of combination we count by formula C of n by r equals n factorial divided by r factorial by n minus we use it, right? And out of this, let's say 200 station by 2, 200 by 3, by 4, etc. I believe they counted wrong. Maybe it's not 4 volume, maybe it's 400 volumes. But what is beauty of this card? One's just piece of paper, and one picture worth thousands words in this case. Okay, this is beauty of this. Persuasive, I believe, right? Number 5. Number 5. 2 cars leave restaurant at the same time, same direction, along the same road. One car, how many hours, distance, slower car. So what we have, it's very similar what we did before. Make a picture, and this point A, and one car is 36 mph, and another one 31 mph, and in some, this is point B, and some point A, B over here you have C. They catch up. Not catch up, but this point is 30 miles behind. They said. And for this point C, this car, slower car, goes to this point. Meanwhile, this car goes to this direction, right? To this point. And based on this, you can write this faster car and this slower car. And provide some attribute and values rate, mph, time, hours, distance, miles. And this is 36, 31. They start at the same time. And this distance 36x, and this 31x. You know, from this one, for instance, 36x minus 31x equal to 30. This one minus this one, or 5x equal to 30. Divide by 5 both parts. X equals to 6. One more time, what they ask you to find? They ask you to find x time in 6 hours. So if you have experience, you just say automatically. Who understand up to this point everything for this motion problem? Maxim, David, Andrew, David, Maxim. Okay. So I went in very details of this package. Now I can go through all these questions, but I go through some of this. But if you understand this, you can solve this pretty much the same with different numbers. Let me see if we have more questions in this package. Maybe a couple of these. For instance, number 2, more people. What is number 2? Number 2, motion. Number 2. Driving his car 50, Joe Cassette can cover a certain distance 20 minutes less than when he drives 45 mph. Find the distance. So make a picture. Starting with point A, we have two options. Either R1, which is 45 mph, or bigger vector. R2 is 50 mph. Okay. And we cover this distance. So he has different cars. So I don't know. Driving 1, I will name it somehow. And driving 2 scenario. After that, since I choose 2 attributes, I put some values, rate, time, and distance in miles. 45, 50. And the SQ time. The time is 20 minutes less. I put here 20 minutes is 20 over 60 is 1 over 3 hours. Why? Because this column in hours, right? Look at this, what it says in hours. So x and this x minus 1 over 3. And this product of this two, 45x and 50 times x minus 1 over 3. Okay. And they go to point B in any circumstances, right? And you can write that 50, this equal to this, the same distance they cover. For instance, 50 times x minus 1 over 3 equals to 45x. 50x minus 50 over 3 equals to 45x. Minus 50x and minus 50x cancel out. Minus 50 over 3 equals to negative 5x. Divide by negative 5 by negative 5. So this is 10 over 3. Okay. X equals to 1 over 3. And what the question? Read the question again at the beginning. Find the distance. Well, this is distance. Distance equals to 45x of 45 times 1/3, which is 15 miles. Okay. Don't forget about this sign. Sign is supposed to be correct on this case. Okay. Who understand this 100%? 100%. Who has questions about this? No questions? Okay, good. There is a famous joke in about sign. Many cases I have seen in many tests, people forget about sign. Do you know famous joke about sign, like 3 people wanna jumping into swimming pool from the top? Okay. Pretend. Would like to get the joke? 1 minute joke. Mathematician joke. Pretend, student, that we have, let me read this one. And this is a swimming pool. Okay. And I don't know how to, this is tower. And there are 3 people. 3 people somewhere. This ladder. And 3 people. 1 person is a programmer. The second person is scientist. And the last one is mathematician. And the assignment to stay here and jump straight to the center of this target. This is water here. Okay. Let's say scientist, how he jumping to this? This scientist, he take a stone, throw this, see this trajectory, and jump straight to the center. Programmer, he write a program how to jump. After that, go to this place, and based on parameters of the process, they get through this center. And now this is mathematician. He created equation, and know what happens? Instead of getting over there, he fly to the air. How it happened? Any ideas, students? Give me any hypothesis about this. How instead of getting in the center of the circle, he goes straight in the air? Any ideas? Maybe it's not the best joke, but this mathematician joke. He created equation and forget about sign. And he made mistaken sign. Instead of velocity supposed to be negative sign, he forget about negative and fly away. This is not good joke maybe, but importance of sign is very, sign is very important, this one. Did you get this kind of joke? Raise your hand. Keep in mind, don't put this. Now, I explain you majority of questions. Tell me which number you still struggle. Look at this, I explain any numbers from this, because I need at least 30 minutes for a new topic as well. Tell me any number from this motion problem, if you have. 11. Okay, number 11. Let me do the last one. Again, students, only this way, please. Okay, where is 11? It's the last page, right? St. Louis and Portland. nice cities right now. Number 11. They 2060 meters apart. Make a line as usually and put 2060 meters between them. And what we know? Okay. And one direction is right, one is 19 pH. And not meters, it's miles. Better. And back 116 mph. Bigger vector. Try to make nice, not like this. Okay, let me make to the right. And to the left. You can write whatever you use this. Two attributes. You can write from Portland to Portland, from Portland, wherever you have. RMPH, time, hours, distance, miles. And what they ask you about? How long will it take them to meet? They start at the same time? The same. So incorporate, this is 9116. The same time they start, the same they met, somewhere like this. Closer to this one because this is faster point C. And this is 90x. And this 116x. If you add them together, you're supposed to get 2060. And you can write down 90x plus 116x equal to 1060. If you add them up, what you get? You get 206. 206x equals 2060 divided by 206 both parts. Cancel, 10. And they ask you how long? 10 hours. See, pretty much I do the same procedure without thinking too much. Who understands this 100%? Okay, Ariel, you here? I will tell you analogy, even though there's different problem, we use the same approach. Analogy very widely used in science. For instance, when people study how to theoretically predict nuclear power, they had no idea how to write these equations, right? Because it was the first. But they got for analogy the equation for chemical reactions. And based on this, they created the equation for nuclear power. Every time we use analogy. Okay. So far, so good. This is number 11. Now, let me practice what we did so far. We cover the same approach for mixture, for motion, for money. And we continue to develop this approach for different topics with you. Mhm. Let me find another topic. If you don't have any questions. Mhm. Good, good, good. What is it? Write down problem. So I give you easy problem in the beginning, try to solve it. And one more very important stuff, think how to implement your knowledge, so what you get so far. Don't reinvent the wheel. So the problem is, Alex invested money in a bank paying blank percent interest annually. And the second amount blank doors. Let's say put here some money. Blank doors. Less than the first in a bank paying blank percent interest. Blank percent interest. If his annual income from both investment was blank doors, then how much money did he invested at blank percent? Who understand my handwriting? No, without looking anywhere, just try. I did not give you complicated stuff at the beginning, but I incorporate some data for you. So again, I have tons of handouts. I give you easy stuff. Okay, this 4%. After that, we can change number. $500 less. And this is 6%. And he got $50. Good luck. Good luck. Good idea to add 6%. Thank you. I overlooked this. Thank you, Matvey. Good. Student, who need help with this problem? Put your hands down. Put your hands down. So once you solve correctly, okay, and let me do this together. My request, let's do unify by, right? Let me give a formula for this. I don't know where to, I use this space. Let me use different color code. Formula, I put different color. Or is this one, the right one? I equals PRT. What is I? I is interest income. P is principal. What is principal? Amount invested. I just explained everything. R at briefly rate. Every bank has interest rate. And T stands for time. So how it works? So usually, so in a real bank, you will not have this formula. In a real bank, we have compound interest, but for simplicity, in your test, we have simple interest. What is it? You come to the bank and you brought $1,000 P. But before to choose a bank, you just speaking to representative how many interest rate they give you. For instance, Chase Bank, 4%. It's less, but pretend 4%. Citibank, 3%. TD Bank, 5%. I just made up. And you choose bank which is more convenient for you and which give you bigger rate, right? In this case. Because what is it? You put $1,000. Where they put this $1,000? They don't put in the box this 1,000. They use all money for investors and they invest in some projects. I don't know, building a new railroad, let's say if ancient time, from New York to Chicago. And after that, this project, they when build it, they get some profit. And for opportunity to use your money, they gave some reward for this. And this, for instance, they give 5% for this, that they use your money. And more money you use in the you keep in the bank, let's say, instead of 1 year, 3 years. This is better for them because they use your money. They can build another railroad. They multiply this by 3. So far, so good. Any questions? I equals PRT, easy for your test. For SAT, we have compound interest. This is logarithmic, or like exponential in this case. We don't need this so far. Now, if you look at the structure, we can use the same, exactly the same for watch. Let's say I put here investment 1. Was the first investment, and investment 2. 2 attributes. And what we know about this? We know about principal. or if it's difficult for you at the beginning, amount invested. Principle. You have to know terminology, because sometimes they give principle, you have no idea. You recall your principle from your nice school. There's different principle. Homonyms. And this is endorse. Now, interest rate. And this interest income. If you look on this formula, this is my I. This is my R. Endorse. And this is my P. And this is different situation, but you the same approach, absolutely the same approach. Just we have different attributes and values. Who understand so far about this? Who understand what I did here? Emma, Gabriel, Ariel. Come on, Gabriel. Now, what we know about this? Sum in money, I don't know how much. But you know, for second is 500 less. X minus 500. The first is 6%, like we did for solution, 6%, which is 0.06. And the second one was, no, the first was 4%. 4%. This is 4%, not 6. 0.04. And this 6%, which is 0.06. Like we did all these problems, and you just prove by this formula. T is 1 in this for 1 year. So I equals to PRT. I take two of them. 0.04x, 0.06 times x minus 500. If nicely. So you get some interest income from both banks. If you add them up at the end of this year, you will get total. You will get $50. Practically, we do almost identical what we do for our mixtures. Who understand up to this point? 100%. 100. Now, students, if I add this plus this, I don't have too much room, I try to squeeze, but you write neatly. 0.04x plus 0.06. Write it down, because after that I change numbers for you. And this will be $50 at the end of this year. My suggestion, multiply by 100 both parts. I don't have room over there, by 100. Get rid of these decimals. What you get? You'll get 4x's plus 6 times x minus 500 equals 50 and 2 zeros. Distributive. 4x plus 6x minus 3000 equals to 5000. Now, combine like terms and plus 3000 both parts. And cancel out. You have 10x's equals to 8000. Divide by 10 both parts. Okay, and you get what? $800. 800. But what they ask you? Read this again. Okay, how much money did he invest at 6%? Always put in all of what they ask you about. This is a question. So the very last step, I use this space. 800 minus 500, which is $300. Better to use dollars than USD. Okay, dollars. Look at this. Absolutely different problem. We use exactly the same approach. Who understand this? 100% student, 100. Okay. If I change the number, who would solve this? Exactly the same way. Let me do this. For instance, I'm gonna change numbers. It's not a safe space and time. I use the same problem. I give some numbers. For instance, okay, this is 5%. And this is 7%. And this is $100 less. And this one, $64. And 7%. Okay, good luck. Good luck. Yes, I give you all these numbers. Try to use the same approach, students. Yeah, I'll try to answer your question in a few minutes. I want to figure out when this event happens. Based on this, I answer the question. So try to use exactly the same steps. So far, 3 students passed already, which is good. 4 students. Okay, good. Excellent. Practically, can you make some adjustment? So answering your question, Mia, 20th, January 20th is one of the most important day in United States history, right? Mm-hmm. No, you got with negative. What is negative investment? Negative investment is robbery of this bank, right? You came here and took money from this bank. Probably this is wrong. So one more time. January 20, and many parents ask, even though you don't have class, to ask opportunity to watch this event, right? This event changed a lot in this life. So we will have time the same Monday in order you and your parents who watch this and etc. you have chances to do this. So we have class at the same time in the evening. First of all, some parents call us, and definitely this about it. Mia, answer your question, right? We have the same time because in the morning you have inauguration, and United States moved to this point a lot to accomplish this stuff. So we have the same schedule. Okay. How many students get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 students get correct? Some of you did a little bit longer, but beauty of this, you're not supposed to be genius. You get this answer by default. Let's do this together. One more time. Since we don't have too much time, I will keep some of this, right? But you're supposed to do it from scratch. Don't forget to write all these events. I have a question before I raise. What they say? Interest. What do you think interest rate when it's bigger is better, or what do you think about interest rate? For instance, pretend in some countries you have interest rate like 30%, pretend. Is it good or not? I want to feel it. Who think this is good? 30, pretend, I just made up. Who think it's not good? Why? Can you tell why? Why it's not good, if you think not good? They give you such percent because it's risky. The more percents, which is tremendously different from what you have here, it's risky. Maybe you get this, maybe not. So interest rate in this similar situation, bigger the better. The bigger, the more durable bank is, right, in this case. But let me put this way, but don't forget my suggestion to develop skill, every time write what? The same matrix, right? The same. And don't forget to write what we have for these units to develop it semi-automatically. This x and this x minus 800. Interest rate is 5 and 7% respectively. 0.05, 0.07. This is product of this formula. 0.05x, 0.07 times x minus 800. Few seconds. If you add them up, total is, what is it, 64. and definitely develop the skill of solving this. So New York is finance capital of the world. They like different questions like investment. We have, right? What else? Taxes, based on this idea. Commission worker based on this, etc., etc. Okay. Shares, some questions. So write it down. 0.05 x plus 0.07 times x minus 800 equal to 64. Multiply by 100 in both parts. We have 5x plus 7 times x minus 800 equals 64 and 2 zeros. Or 5x plus 7x minus 56 and 2 zero equals to 6400. Okay, add them up. You have 12 x's. Let me continue over there. I have more room. And plus 500, 600, 5,600. So 5x plus 3x. I will have 12 x's. You continue here, but I continue here. And this equals to cancel out 1200. 1200, right? 12,000. Divide by 12, divide by 12, cancel. This is 1. X equals to 1,000. But don't forget to put in all what they ask you about. They ask you about this one. What is supposed to write? 1,000 minus 800, which is 200. You see? And every year they give you questions related to this algorithm. I don't know where it would be mixture or investment or average rate or money, etc. I use the same approach over and over and over again. To understand this 100%, 100. So answering Emma, Ariel. So at home, again, when you send me your results, common mistakes. Some of you don't use these matrices, not good. I tell you why. Because you understand, I don't have too much room here. Information you understand, let's say you get in Dr. Farber 100% class. Up to 2-3 weeks, you're losing up to 65% of information. You test in November next year, nothing left. But if you develop this skill, you always can use it, right? Because you do in operating memory, you put it in long-term memory. It's compared to RAM in computers. You know what is RAM, right? And you know what is hard drive. If you turn off in RAM, everything is gone. Hard drive forever. During this, hard drive is in good condition, definitely. This is important. So second mistake, when we check with AI your homework, some of you just make a table and they don't write titles. Not good at all. Because title give you opportunity to feel these formulas, to feel philosophy, not like robot. Okay, I told a story when I taught programmers in new languages, professional programmers, and I had my big classes in university with people who were strong professional programmers in function-oriented languages like C, for instance, and they want to start object-oriented languages in modern database like Oracle, SQL Server. And all these people, after lecture, we program some stuff. And I check how they program. And one woman, she decided, I told you this stuff. She decided to be the first. So when you create, let's say, write a program, let's say a notepad manually to feel this beauty of programming. At the beginning, you have to import classes, right? Every time the same classes, pretty much, if you're talking about Java. And she is smart. She save all this stuff in special file. Every time when I check, let's say about 40 programmers I have, because I check one program, she copy and paste all this, and boom, she saved time. And she did not write this stuff because she copy and paste from his file. When she had the interview, they give her a computer, she type everything, but forget what's supposed to be over there. If you don't know what is over there, right, written, compiler will not understand this. It does not have this library, and she completely failed. Why? Because she decided to run her program. It does not work. No library imported. Similar for you. Right now you remember, but keep in mind, in a few months, everything gone. So crucial, when you send me this, every time develop your speed and develop your experience, write all this stuff which I wrote over there. Who has any questions about this stuff? No questions. Okay, one more time emphasize. So all of them, we use exactly the same algorithm, and which is good. Okay, probably if you upload this on the internet, we bought a new software. So manager will send you and you will redo this. If not, practice with. It is, Karen. All story where you're telling is from my personal, it's not from books, personal experience. Personal. If you know a little bit about programming, impossible. If you don't import classes, forget everything.